Arr, I am the Pirate Queen coming to you from the Weather Network. I hope you're dressing up too and getting into the spirit of Halloween. We've got a forecast that unfortunately is not all that favorable for the trick-or-treaters. There's going to be rain and there is going to be wind. It's going to continue. Thank you so much for joining us. We have our Halloween outlook online, but let's take a look at what we can expect evening. But look at the temperatures. At least it's on the mild side, but it's going to come with wind and it is going to come with rain. So there's the system in question. I'll use my son's sword here to show us what's going on with this low pressure system as it moves through. But we have strong southwest winds behind it, and this is our low pressure center. That's a frontal boundary, and then the actual low comes through. This cold front right here drops the temperatures slightly, but it's more so the wind that will come in behind the low pressure system that will be of concern. And then we're setting ourselves up for more lake effect as the system that progresses into the Atlantic provinces, and it'll be a wet one there on Friday. In terms of the amounts of rainfall, we have updated this map through Friday night. You can see here through the Bruce Peninsula, up toward Georgian Bay, and then subsequently into western portions of Quebec, 40 to 60 millimeters of rain. It's a lot of rain to come down in about a 24 to 36 hour period. So we're definitely looking at a rainy forecast for us around the GTA, more so in the, say, in the range of 15 to 30 millimeters of rain. The wind, yes. Okay, so there's the warm front that has passed through. We've seen the rain over. This is a southerly wind, so it's drawing up moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. And then behind it, that's when the winds really start to pick up. And in some cases, we could be looking at gusts that go as high as and up to 100 kilometers per hour. It's quite likely with the passage of this low pressure system. So it'll be a windy day on Friday. For the time being, though, wind and rain for the trick-or-treat this evening. And portions of Quebec, because we have a low pressure system that is not losing ground, not losing strength. It's strengthening and it's moving in with rain, and we have wind as well. So thank you so much for joining us today on Halloween as we get set with our forecast for the evening. And I would even go so far as to say that by the late afternoon, we really need to start watching, because I know a lot of parents leave work maybe a little bit earlier than usual because they need to get home, they need to get organized, right? Get the kids in the costumes and the candy and all of that. So really paying close attention to that today. Let's take a look at what we have right now. The future precipitation. I'm putting this on here because I want to show you what's happening with this rain and that it's continuing. We may see by the midday a few breaks at times right about here, like to the west of Toronto. You can see this future precipitation. So this is looking ahead. We can go as far as about 6 hours in the future to show where the rain will be. But look at this. Look at all this stuff back into the southwest and down through Michigan. That has yet to come through as well. So I don't think that we're going to be through the rainfall really through the evening period. I think we're going to have to get set for umbrellas, because this low pressure system, if anything, is continuing to strengthen as it moves through the Great Lakes region. So we've had this warm front come through. The winds are brisk through the south and west. This frontal boundary continues. That's where we kind of may see some breaks. But don't get fooled, because then the cold front comes through. Not only does it bring rain, but it brings strong westerly winds behind it, lake effect. And the winds will be particularly strong through this region, especially for Friday. It's going to be a windy one for sure. I want to show you the rainfall totals, because around Georgian Bay, we have rainfall warnings in place up into these regions here. North Bay, Lake Nipissing, 45 to 60 millimeters of rain. It's a lot of rainfall as we progress through the rest of today and into Friday night. And in terms of the wind, we're going to see those strong southwesterlies out ahead of the frontal boundary. Behind it, once our core low pressure system comes in, then it really starts to pick up. And in these areas, see those white arrows? The stronger those arrows get, we could be looking at gusts here as high as 100 kilometers per hour. So it's possible that this may be damaging, considering that trees still have leaves on them. Hey. Arr, I am the Pirate Queen coming to you from the Weather Network. I hope you're dressing up too and getting into the spirit of Halloween. We've got a forecast that unfortunately is not all that favorable for the trick-or-treaters. There's going to be rain and there is going to be wind. It's going to continue. Thank you so much for joining us. We have our Halloween outlook online, but let's take a look at what we can expect in terms of conditions. It'll be more of the same.